Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. We welcome you to our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. Today we are going to read a lesson, Dear Miss Naidu. By seeing the title itself, it reveals it is a letter. We have two types of letter. One is formal and another is informal. One is formal, another is informal. Formal letters for the official people. Informal for our friends and relatives. And then here it reveals that Dear Miss Naidu means they are going to write a letter. It was written by Matanki Subramaniam. Who is she? Yes, she is a writer, educator, and activist. She believes that stories have the power to change the world. A former American public school teacher, assistant vice president at CSAM workshop, and senior policy analyst at the New York City Council. She has received numerous awards including Fulbright Nehru Fellowship, Teachers College Office of Policy, and the Research Fellowship. Her notification has appeared in publications such as the Hindu Sunday Magazine, Quartz, and When We Knew We Are Feminist. Her fiction has appeared in the Hindu's Young World supplement. And here, Dear Miss Naidu is her first novel. She completed her doctorate in communication and education in 2010. So today we are going to read a lesson, Dear Miss Naidu. Yes, so here let us now read a letter written by a 12-year-old girl to someone. She is inspired by someone popular, someone unusual. Unusual means strange. June 10, 2013. So when it was written on June 10, 2013. Dear Miss Naidu, I guess you're wondering why I am writing you this letter honestly. So I am. So here, the 12-year girl is telling that you will be wondering why I am writing this letter. Honestly, Miss Naidu, so I am writing you this letter. Why? Amma says I am not allowed to speak to strangers. You would think that also meant that I should not write to them. But since this is a school assignment, she says it's okay. So what happened? Even nowadays also, our mother will say we should not speak to the strangers until if they are relatives, we have to speak to them. Otherwise, we should not speak to them. So, here also, the girl's mother said that she should not speak to the strangers. So, you would think that also meant that I should not write to them. So, similarly, once we are not speaking to the person means we should not write a letter to the person, right? So, what she confers to her mother is, but since this is a school assignment, so she told it's a school assignment, so I should write a letter. So the mother said it's okay. Then, here is a tip, Ms. Naidu. If you ever want adults to let you do something, just tell them it's a school assignment. They will 100% agree to do it every time. So what happened? She is giving a tip to Sarojini Naidu that she's telling that if you say it is a school assignment means all the parents will agree to do the assignment. Whatever you want, they will agree and they will give permission to do it. For how many percent? 100% they will agree every time. If you want to accept, the parents want to accept means you say it's a school assignment, they will give marks for this. So I want to do it means all the parents will agree to this. Yes or no, my dear children? Yes. Maybe I should start from the beginning. The beginning was last week. Last week I started class 6 and I met our new teacher Annie. Miss, who is not like any other teacher I have had before. So what happened? She has started from the beginning of the day. Okay, from the beginning of the last week, she started to narrate in the letter. So she has started last week. I started class 6. So like you all, she met a new teacher. Her name is Animus, who is not like any teacher I have had before. So what happened now? Previous paragraph, she has started a letter. She had started a letter to Miss Naidu. So she told her mother it is a school assignment. So her mother accepted to write a letter, and then she started to write the letter from the last week. So last week, like you all, she also went to school. She was in the class 6. She met a new teacher. Her name is Animus. So she is describing her teacher Animus. So now she is going to give the example. Animus says that she doesn't think school should be about memorizing things and saying them back. She says memorizing things and saying them back makes you a parrot, not a person. She says she wants us to grow our brains and our hearts. So she says that Animus says the school should not be about memorizing. What do you mean by memorizing? Memorizing means learning something carefully so that you can remember it exactly. Okay. And then she says it should not be like that. If keep on doing that, don't make saying them makes you like a parrot. You'll not be a person. Okay. She wants to think. She wants us to think rationally and do it from the heart. Okay, so she has given the example. And then when she said that, I wanted to ask how our hearts will help us pass our exams in college and get a job and buy a house with a proper roof and maybe even a garden, which are all the reasons why we go to school, but I didn't. You know how adults are, Miss Naidu. They don't like questions. So what happened? She said that she here refers to Annie. She refers to Annie. And then she wanted to ask how our arts will help us to pass our exams in college and get a job and buy a house. Okay. And then so she goes on asking these questions. So that's why we are here in this school. But I didn't. So this lady will not allow asking questions. So this the 12-year-old girl is telling the adults, that the parents, that they don't like questions. And then even though it was only the first week of school, Miss gave us an assignment. Miss says that now that we are in 6th standard, it is the time for us to be serious. Every teacher says this every year, but none of them ever gave us assignments during the first week of school. So animes might mean it. So what happened? Every first week of school, so she gave an assignment because you're in the 6th standard now. So it's time for us. Till now we are in primary. Now we are in higher secondary. So every year is precious year for you. Whatever you're gaining, it will be going higher and higher. So, but nobody has given the assignment during the first week of school, but Animus gave the assignment. What assignment she gave? Shall we read? The assignment is to write letters to someone we would like to get to know better. She said that we would pick anyone as long as we explain why. So she told you can write a letter. It is your choice. You can write to anybody. Okay, so as you have probably concluded, Miss Naidu, I picked you. So now she has revealed why she has picked Miss Naidu. Okay, and then this is the first time I have said written the word concluded. It is an English word that means figured out based on clues and evidence. So what happened? Evidence means facts and signs and objects that prove something. And they are useless rags. Rags means things of low quality and not worth of anything. So what happened? So she's just collecting all the words and she started to write a letter. But English Miss said that it is useless rags, not worth at all. And then I understand if you could find this confusing, Miss Naidu. After all, you and I don't have much in common. For one thing, I am alive, you are well, and you are not. So she's just started talking in the letter. I'm sorry if that was rude, but I have never written to a Dead Sea's past on historical person before. So I don't really know the polite way to say that you are dead. So she knows very well she is a very good writer, and then she is no more now, right? So she was saying that I'm sorry if that was rude because I have never written to a dead person. After that, she has struck the word and historical person she has written, and then she doesn't know to write in a polite way to say that you're dead. So she just struck that word and she is saying that to say it. And then here is another difference between us. When we were 12, which is how old I am now, you wrote a poem that was thousands of lines long and it was in English. I don't think I could write that many lines in any language, definitely not in English. So here I refers to the 12-year-old girl. She's telling that I don't think I could write that many lines in any language. Definitely I will not write in English. Also, when you were 12, you topped the Madras University matriculation exam. So now she is referring to Sarojini Naidu. You refers to Sarojini Naidu. I topped our class 5 exams, but I don't think I could top a college exam. Even if I studied really, really hard, you fought for India's freedom and won. I have never fought for anything. So she is comparing with Sarojini Naidu. So she is telling her all her good deeds. And then what happened? She's saying that I have never fought for anything. If I did, I'm not sure if I would win. Especially if I was fighting against the Britishers who have lot of spies and detectives and things I don't think we have in India. So she is telling that what she is telling. So I was not fought for anything, but I'm sure all the Britishers who have lot of spies and detectives, but we don't have it. But I think we don't have in India. Okay, till this, hope you have understood. We'll continue when the children. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sukhi Bhava.